early in the day, so
Probably Antarctica. It's always dark there.
could be Asia.
It could be Asia.
Must be. Would makes more sense.
Do you really
Maybe
have to
Russia.
know? Someone's excited about the
I'm
match.
curious.
Caldor.
Hey, it's because I care, okay? I care where he lives, and I really want to know if it's late at night already. I'm a very empathic person. You, on the other hand, you just don't care at all.
This voice you're using, it's not you at all. Cursed Hollow for game number 5. Diamond Skin with the pick, and they are taking Team Liquid to Cursed Hollow.
We have Cursed Hollow. Team Liquid finally plays it, and they do. Team Liquid, this was their best map, and it gets chosen against them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's watch it here.
I mean, there has been last year, of course. Since then, things changed, but still, I want to see how much of that Team Liquid flair of old we're going to get from Cursed Hollow. I don't think that they're going to head into a TLV pick, but at the same time,
Still have to consider it.
I expect Abathur to be banned out by Diamond Skin. I say Team Liquid bans Genji, something along those lines, and then it's up to Diamond Skin to get rid of Abathur. I feel if Team Liquid has a chance, they'd get it.
Would it be for the series to end with Hasselhoff's bringing back his Vikings gameplay on Cursed Hollow? Win or lose?
I would be absolutely a fan of this. So Uther ban, that's awesome because it gives Team Liquid either Genji or it gives them Abathur.
Abathur. Banned out. Diamond Skin not going to allow it here. And here we go. Straight into it. Team Liquid. What do you take? Genji. Called it.
What do you take? You actually didn't call it, you asked. Which is like...
No, you called it. I was looking at you.
I didn't see it. I was just like...
I'm creating drama for the viewers. We all know Genji's coming. But you have to mix it up occasionally.
Wait, you're lying to them? That's just not okay.
Way to turn it into a negative. Here's the Caldor I remember.
There we go.
17 Caldor's back.
I'm back. This is the first Genji game in ages. I really don't know when was the last time we saw Genji in Europe, that is. In North America, he's played a little bit more often. We see him a lot more in Korea because he's not banned as much. But for Europe, he is such a consistent ban that we very rarely get to see him. So Genji is being played. Great ban on Uther to make sure that they get either Abathur or Genji. And now that makes the chances of Hanzo being involved on Diamond Skin's side also a little less. We could see Hanzo for Team Liquid. But first of all, Diamond Skin with the opening going Tyrael and Greymane on there.
Now, do not forget, the last time we saw Diamond Skin on this battleground, we had a interesting set of events happen for them. They picked up a composition that I felt like would have been really good for cheesing bosses and went the opposite direction. Now, they did fall behind, but we had Pendulum Blast and Judgment picked up with a Scatter Arrow build from Hanzo. A little unexpected from us, and it fell pretty flat. What do they plan to pull off here as they move into Cursed Hollow against Anubrak, Dahaka, and Genji?
To be fair, it was against Dignitas, and they were already far, far behind when they finally picked their heroic abilities. So we don't know if they planned it from the get-go, but it could have also been that they at this point just said, okay, let's just YOLO.
Yeah.
Try and get somehow kills so that we can close the experience gap and just not go through Sanctification and Gust. But yeah, normally those tools are, of course, highly sought after on Cursed Hollow. So, yeah, this time they are heading straight into them again. Question is, are they also going to get False Step? Because, as we said before, False Step is not looking good so far this year.
Yeah, and that's why I brought it up, because we went with the Tyrael first pick.
Yeah.
Which is meaning, okay, well, we at least have to bring up the game that happened yesterday. And we were sitting there actually still talking about it in the car on the ride home. It was like, what was going on? What was the call there? There's so much available for them. Personally, I would have loved for a Sanctification Mighty Gust pick up and just burning down bosses with Hanzo, but it just never came to fruition. Li Ming banned out for Diamond Skin, giving Team Liquid a chance to win a game. Was that sassy?
No, that was perfect.
Okay, good.
That was.
I said it. I was like, wait a minute.
I was just thinking about if I should mention that, hey, with Team Liquid's track record on Li Ming, should have probably let it through, and you come up with that statement. Perfect. Love it.
They want to have a fair and balanced game. Li Ming and Arthur's banned out here. Diamond Skin. Now, do we get the False Step from them? Are they going to pull it out once again?
Okay.
There is some merits to it, but
I want to put the Li Ming comment into perspective for everybody who just turned in. On the last map, Team Liquid lost with Li Ming again, and it is the third time that they lose with Li Ming. Every single time they choose Li Ming, they seem to lose. They haven't found a single win with her yet. So hence the surprise or the comment from Tim as he sees Li Ming being banned out here. But of course, given the composition with Genji, from compositional point of view, makes perfect sense. You don't want the double reset. Is something that the Koreans have been played for ages. In Europe, it's been very popular. So Genji and Liming together have a lot of synergy, and that's the main thinking, the thought process behind Diamond Skin's ban.
Thank you for clarifying.
But yeah, I love that. That was fantastic. More of that, please.
More of that. More sass. Rhaegar and ETC being brought in here for a Diamond Skin. So some control on the frontline warriors. Holy Ground coming on later on at level 16. Greymane will have to be the main damage dealer here. Expecting a little bit more damage later, especially with Rhaegar being the sole support. But Diamond Skin has picked up a pretty strong composition for the map.
We could still see Hanzo. We have seen Genji and Hanzo before, as we said. As we also said, he is amazing when it comes to getting camps, getting bosses.
Sure.
That could be one of the thought processes here for them. I think it would pay money at this point to get the Vikings.
From Liquid?
Yeah, I mean, they don't make a lot of sense in this setup, I feel. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would... That's one of the things that I really liked about Team Liquid. And if they don't always have to play it, but, you know, just sometimes throw it in to fall back onto their strengths of old, I would really enjoy that.
How much would you pay right now?
I would buy a house with a beer.
Lucio and Gul'dan.
Yeah, I expected Gul'dan more so than anything else, to be honest, because their preference for it, Liming being banned out, he still is fantastic mage and has a really good track record. But yeah, again, as I said, Vikings don't even fit into the composition well, but it would have been fantastic to see a Team Liquid game on Cursed Hollow again with the Lost Vikings.
It may have been worth for adult beverage, though. Let's be real. Is there Vesa coming in? Is there picking it? Fifth pickup coming in for a Diamond Skin, looking for a little bit more damage here. Hanzo is still on the table, a little bit of a risk maybe against a Genji that can dive on the back line, but if you protect him well enough, it should be all right. Cassia?
I don't know.
Gul'dan's hard.
I was thinking about Hanzo a bit, but Genji would probably really dissuade me from getting the pick. Again, you have Tyrael, you have ETC, so as long as you pay attention, you should be able to protect him. But Genji in a chaotic team fight can just clean house, and that's what I would be afraid of. But who else are you going to go for? I don't see them going into Lunara here, and yeah, they pick Hanzo. It makes the most sense in this setup. Last pick for them.
Toyed with the idea of maybe a false dad, but...
Nah,
You think they're done with it? You think they're done? Finished?
I mean, you could. You have Dehaka on the other side, so you can still say, make the argument, we need a global here, and pick Falstad.
Genji
again, yeah, Genji against Falstad is not really too appealing a duel that I wouldn't want to engage to. You have Gast for boss fight, so again, you would heavily bank onto the boss control. You have for Team Liquid Horrify, by the way, so it comes down to Sanctification versus Horrify, what's it's first here, if you want to get control over the bosses. It just feels that right now, if I'm Diamond Skin, I want the team fight. I don't want to play the global macro game, because they have done really well in team fight scenarios throughout the entire series, and on the macro game, they've fallen off a little bit in comparison. So play around Dehaka, pick stage dive for ETC, mirror him. Yeah, use the global that way.
Well, it's time to see who will be using the global well. Dehaka coming in here. It's game number 5. Team Liquid facing off against Diamond Skin. The final match of this series.
It's down to the wire. Map number 5. Wouldn't have thought it possible, but Diamond Skin is coming out swinging today. They're doing great here, and they forced Team Liquid onto the last map. We have Darkmog on the left for the blue team on Greymane. We see Robot Oba on ETC, Wolfjoe on Rhaegar, Nanda on Tyrael, and Rosmek on Hanzo.
On the right side in the red, Sport Billy playing a Nubarak, Nurak on Genji, Splendor playing Lucio, Eternal on Dehaka, and Hasawas is your Gul'dan player.
And again, we have to throw it out there. This is only the 4th Genji game that we see in HGC Europe 2018. All the games that have been played so far, Genji has only been played 3 times. He has 1 win for Trid Esports and 2 losses on the sides of the Zealots.
And we'll see if Nurak can make a case for him to be banned more and more here as he seeps on through here into game number 5. Genji's actually to the top side of the map right now. May have to go to the top and deal with that Greymane floating around. Team Liquid stacks the bottom lane here with a Thermal and Hasawas together.
For Diamond Skin, there must be so much pressure on this. I mean, they had just amazing games, and this is an opportunity for them to win their first match in HGC Europe in Phase 1. Team Liquid, on the other hand, they already said from the start, we want to go to offline events. We feel this team is gonna be doing great this phase. We are absolutely confident that we can go to all the offline events. We've heard from Tricked earlier, also mentioned, Marco was talking about, he was saying he feels that Team Liquid is going to be their biggest competitor, of one of the biggest competitors when it comes to attending offline events that they have to beat. For Tricked, it would be amazing if Team Liquid would lose out to Diamond Skin right now. And of course, we've highlighted a few times also that there's teammates, former teammates, going up against each other now. There's so much on the line, so much pressure. And especially on a player like Roskmek, who's so new to the competitive scene, to HGC, that's something where I am really curious to see how he's dealing with the stress now of a 5th game, and who has the composure that they need in those fights now on the last map to bring it home.
What a weight off their shoulders, too, would it be for Diamond Skin if they got their win. Being 0-6 last week, coming to HGC, and getting their first win finally in here with a new team and a new roster. I know Wolfjo in particular would really love to have that, his new team that he really believes in, just finally doing it, getting the win, even if it was in week 2. Diamond Skin here, moving towards level 4, as well as Team Liquid, as we have a trade of mercenary camps. Diamond Skin's a bit early on this night camp, but if they can push together and bolster it out, they can be quite lethal with it when it comes to turrets, and they have. They have group 3 together to push forward.
Okay, so let's see how... The first push here in the mid lane is actually already fantastic. You've been talking about that camp already a bit, and this is one of the strengths if you have Grey lane. If you have the quick camp clear, you can set this up. And this is actually a strong one. This early on in the game with the aura, you can do a lot of work, and that's what they're currently attempting to get. 2 towers would already net them a lead in experience that could maybe even translate into a talent advantage. You get the first one, second one is low, but it's going to be picked up. Actually, they might even get it super low here, barely still able to keep it up, but that's definitely going to be a kill later on. But of course, Tribute spawning topside is a slight advantage for Liquid, as Hanzo has to stay at the bottom lane for a little bit longer.
Lucio chasing forward with Genji. They're able to get out, but a drag connects, and it's going to be a target. Can they get the kill on Rhaegar? No, Wolfjo gets picked up. Splendor on the side as well, and Dahaka commits to bottom lane because Hanzo was pushing it in. Team Liquid expecting to get this tribute, and they will.
Yeah, they get the tribute, and they also don't lose experience at the bot lane. Oftentimes, if you keep a hero at the other side of the map, you're hoping for an experience lead because your opponent is committing heavier to the objective than you are, commits more resources, more heroes. That's not the case here, since the Dahaka can simply move down. So this opening into the game was already fantastic for Liquid. At the beginning, a great push with the Night Camp, but then Team Liquid answers with the kill. With a global, Dahaka finds himself in a bit of trouble at the bot lane, where we see this push up here top, but is able to move out. Darkmoon was trying to get a kill here together with Roskmek, but now all of a sudden Hanzo himself finds himself in trouble. It's, yeah, Genji against Hanzo. It's not really a fight that you want to fight.
Yeah, you got a glimpse of how effective Nurok can be against Roskmek there with the Genji versus the Hanzo, putting him down to half health with 2 shurikens and also working in an auto attack, and Genji walking away full health. It's a really hard trade. You can actually get a little bit better later on with Hanzo when you finish out Redemption, you get some attack speed going, and you land a Q on him, but still very difficult.
So we have on level 4 now, Horadric Reforging taken for Tyrael with the Druid's Might, and we see on 7 then Angel's Grace coming in immediately, so an added movement speed. Mobility definitely prioritized right now on the side of Diamond Skin here. And we'll find out later on if that's going to pay off for them. But Liquid is already shocking around the second tribute, and it spawns in an advantageous position for them as well.
Gotta be careful though. Diamond Skin shows up with 4 members, a 5th on the bottom side. That will be the Hanzo splitting against Dahaka. Diamond Skin seems prepared to give this up if they have to. And you're right, Team Liquid has too good of a choke, and they'll grab the second tribute of the game. Diamond Skin's hanging on there with experience, but losing the next tribute earns a curse for Team Liquid, and that's where Team Liquid just opens them out.
And Liquid has options now. They can simply give up the next one, try to get farther ahead in experience. They can maybe even pick up some extra experience right now, make sure that they hit 10 faster, and then get an easy curse. So there's a lot of options for them. And a play for boss already by Diamond Skin at the bottom of the map that immediately gets scouted out by Team Liquid. So they are pushing them away. They know that with Greymane and Hanzo, there's insane boss clear potential. And that would bring Diamond Skin back into this immediately. So Team Liquid with very heads-up play checking the boss area and able to make sure that Diamond Skin don't get it. And that even with the resources committed and nothing gained, Diamond Skin falls even farther behind the experience. Not by a lot, but far enough to give Team Liquid a lead on 10.
This tribute does spawn in a location where they can play a bit defensive and slow it down to get their own 10 themselves. And 9 seconds counting on the corner. They should be able to get it, but look in the top right corner. Tyrael is actually in a fight with Gul'dan and Lucio. Nande attempting to stay alive. Actually being a little bit impressive when it comes to these jukes here.
Nande was actually trying to dismount Hazorps there. Doesn't get that, so he can still rotate down. There's already the ult. 1-2. Goes for a quick move against the Nubarak with a mosh pit attempt. That didn't work out. Here comes the Cocoon as we are seeing Genji slicing and dicing, going in with the Dragon Blade, trying to get the kill here. Tribute has not been picked up yet. The drag connects, and here's the fear as they are going for Rhaegar again. Horrify being used, and the second kill against the dog, but the counter kill against the Nubarak as Diamond Skin moves in.
Darkmok won the chase here, looking at Dahaka. Can he get a Thermal? He's low, he's splashed, he gets taken out, and then Nurok as well, getting focused down. Sandification just to make sure that Rossman can stay alive there. The poison not enough, and Diamond Skin get 4 kills.
That was unexpected.
Especially the way that opened up. Mosh Pit was completely stopped by the isolation, went on full cooldown.
Exactly, so we had the Mosh Pit being used here, that didn't really work out, then all of a sudden you see Rhaegar die, couldn't throw out the Ancestral either, and then it's 4 kills just because of that coordination, all that damage output that we had. Hanzo delivering the Greymane cocktail, and they can pick an easy boss here, just racing that down. The Sanctification use was actually in hindsight not even needed, but he couldn't see that. So, of course, we have a bit of an easier time catching up on that since we watched it all, but in that moment, Greymane didn't even need it anymore. But still, pretty cool thought there from Tyrael. Not immediately saying, hey, I got the cooldown, let's make sure that we save you.
And Diamond Skin can now make a play for another boss that we would like. With the boss on the bottom side being defended by Gul'dan, they could rotate over and be aggressive. They decided to go with the safer play, though, getting the Night Camp to push in the middle lane as they would like to get the tribute. They know if they get caught in the top right corner by anyone, that gives Team Liquid Curse. So they go with the safer route, get Merc camps, and move in on the tribute.
Nande has the speed advantage. That actually really works out for him now. The level 7 talent really helped him to escape here. If not for that, there's a good chance that Lucio and his allies would have caught up on him with a speed boost. So great play here by Tyrael getting out of this situation. Question just is, can they avoid this curse? Because this is going to be a bit rough. 13 isn't there yet for them.
Darkmok checking the bush there. Granted, they did see Gul'dan rotating, so they assume they were fine. Darkmok lives for now. ETC will get hit with the Cocoon, and they are going to be able to grab the tribute. Team Liquid is.
Yeah, they hit the curse. Even using Cocoon, as you said, to make sure that it's not interrupted. Bot lane is pressuring hard, so that's where someone needs to immediately start to focus his attention to make sure that Diamond Skin is not losing too many of these structures. Genji is on the way, and now Roskmek is in, and that is him or Greymane is one of the 2 heroes that you want to send in, and Nurok is just sitting there because he wants to kill. Nurok knows that if Hanzo moves out too far, he can take him down. Thing is that Hanzo knows that as well, so pretty hats-up play here by Roskmek, not falling into that trap.
Yeah, even calling to his teammate, having Rhaegar come down just to save him. They will lose that on the fort, but should be able to soak that experience by clearing it out. Another fort in trouble on the top side for Diamond Skin as Team Liquid pushes that in.
I want to quickly highlight this. This is really something, this is one of those plays where oftentimes it's just... This is one of the hardest things to do. When you see the wave, you want to push it out, but you realize that a key hero is missing on the map, you don't have vision, and you're actually deciding against moving in. This is something that requires a discipline that most Hero League players, for example, don't have. Great arrow here as we have another fight starting up, and oh my god, the Sanct Arrow double kill against Lucio and against Genji, and Nubarak dies as well. All of this starting off with Tyrael, thanks to the movement speed, dodging Dehaka's isolation. Diamond Skin has a couple of plays today that are just absolutely stunningly beautiful. This is insane how these guys are playing. This is a completely different team from last week, and it's more than impressive how well they're doing here.
It's a different team than yesterday.
Watch this.
Arrow comes in, hits 3, Nande sinks, have the immediate follow-up into Mosh Pit, Greymane just shreds through everybody, and Diamond Skin gets 3 immediate kills.
I really, really love this. And again, for me, it's also the small things. This is like one of those big, cool moments where everything comes together. But that Roskmek as the new player with so little experience in competitive play, just lets the fort go at the bot lane because he knows Genji could solo kill him, and he doesn't see him on the map. I love that, especially after he early on made a small mistake that cost him the game in the end. Right now, once more, Sport Billy, no chance. Immediately, power slide, bam, he is down. They just delete these guys from the map right now. Diamond Skin is on fire.
And here comes another arrow straight into the engage. It's going to be Hasselwab's next. I actually question why Team Liquid even went for that engage inside. Gul'dan wasn't nearby to get the kill. Nurok doesn't have the burst to kill on ETC, especially with Rhaegar on the backside. And Diamond Skin easily turns it around, gets level 16, and takes a fort.
Diamond Skin at this point is just slapping Team Liquid around. They're doing with them whatever they want. It's ridiculous. This is insane. Considering how dominant Team Liquid was in the previous week and how much Diamond Skin struggled, to watch this, where Diamond Skin just toys with their opponent on the map, is absolutely crazy. And it's not really just the composition. That in itself is already a big part of it. But Team Liquid is showing aggression. They're moving in, they're trying to be aggressive, and Diamond Skin just slaps them down every single time. They're doing so well right now, and the coordination is way better than we've ever seen from this team.
And Diamond Skin with the lead now, can move in for a second tribute, working on the Giants. They are setting themselves up for a curse later on. Team Liquid shouldn't even have a chance to contest this. They even go for the engage on the top side with a Thorough Beam by himself. Robodoba stops it. There's a power slide, and the onslaught does not stop.
Yeah, I was just about to say, before you took over and we saw this happening, I was just about to say what Liquid has to do now is to play their global. They have to play the macro game. They have to utilize their Haka to catch up in experience and make plays here. And then we have that quick rotation to the top lane from every angle where they take him down, they grab another tribute. Diamond Skin can go for another boss now as well. The Haka isn't there, 16 isn't ready for Team Liquid. Only reason why they don't make that immediate move towards the boss pit is because the Haka, once he's back on the map, can use his global and move in. So they want to avoid that fight. But at this point, if Diamond Skin continues this, Team Liquid doesn't even have a chance. They need to step it up, and they need to step it up fast.
Nande scouts out the engage. As Sport Willie goes in to scout for that boss that you were calling about earlier. Giants are pushing in the top lane, so Diamond Skin, they don't actually have to commit fully to this boss, but they can sell the idea of being down this area, so they can have the Giants pushing in the top lane and be a little bit more fearsome. Should be able to be stopped there by a Thurnal on the Dahaka. Now, this is where Team Liquid is in a position where they can actually fight their opponent. 16 to level 17. They do have a Cocoon. There are still tools here for Team Liquid to win.
And they're going for the Haka again. They're just chasing him. They're saying they expect us at the boss. They showed Tyrael a little bit. They showed Tyrael in that area, and now they just want to go for him. All right, arrow doesn't hit. Ooh, the slide here, but he still has the interrupt. Still has the interrupt, can still use that, and they get him. Hanzo arrow doesn't hit, doesn't matter. The target dies anyways. Out of the bot lane, the question is now, can Tyrael escape, yes or no? Because that's the counter-aggression from Team Liquid.
Might try to Sank here. We'll see if he tries to hold off on it. W comes out. Sank is interrupted by Lucio. Good play there by Splendor.
Yeah, she could have exploded on the entire wave. The rotation is still on, but the two camps are still alive. Mid lane and top lane both get pressured.
That they do. And HGC set up here. He has the mosh pit. Watching the choke, gonna go ahead and move towards the middle.
Hanzo gets the tribute.
There it is. Curse is here.
That is still rough. And they can go for a boss now. They can soak the experience. They are far ahead in XP already. If they hit the early 20, that is another huge edge that they will have. Very impressive performance by Diamond Skin. I'm blown away how they played here today. I was talking a lot about Tomb and how I felt that on Tomb, with a bit more experience as a team, as a unit, they could have maybe taken the 2-0 and make it difficult for Team Liquid. And I really honestly have to say that after the third map, I did not believe that Diamond Skin stood a chance against Team Liquid. I thought, okay, that's it. Team Liquid is back on track. They've won 2 in a row now. They're looking good. They're coming in. They have the confidence again. They might struggle a bit on the first map, but once they get the momentum, they're fine. And then Diamond Skin proves me completely wrong. Wins the 4th map and looks fantastic on the 5th. I am really impressed by this.
And they delay the boss too. Allow them for a couple options. If Team Liquid came for an engage, they would have Tyrael up soon. But now with them delaying, they have Tyrael to help out with the 5-man push on the boss so they can push in for this keep. If they get a kill, they can move towards a core. If things don't work out for them, there's still another boss in the field.
Yeah, I don't think they can go core. It's too early. A kill would be on such a low death timer with 15 minutes in. I don't think they can make that play unless they get several. But keep should be very realistic, and then the safe play would be to move back and hit 20.
The Haka come around the side. Thurnal Answers back there as Rosmeg turns around and Sportblade goes in for the engage. Sank is utilized and Horrify pops out.
Sound Barrier is also used. Sound Barrier is immediately being used as well. And oh, the Haka is in trouble. He's once again in trouble.
Mosh.
Needs to pick up a Mosh against 2, and it's perfect. And Nubarak is down, and Nubarak is dead. Now they might even go for Koi. They get the kill against Nubarak. This has to be game.
Diamond Skin moves in.
I can't believe this. Diamond Skin goes in 14 kills against 3. The Haka is so low, he can't even do anything. And in the meantime, they are destroying the core. Team Liquid loses the series. Diamond Skin wins against Team Liquid, takes them down 3-2, and wins their first match in HGC Europe 2018.
Not only their first match, their first maps today here. They were 0